Casey Kenney fought lights out his last 2 fights. He's looked ridiculous. And with that being said, I don't think Cruz has looked good as of late, and I think people are starting to realize if you let him bring the fight to you, or if you just pressure him and just wait for him to make a mistake, which he will, because he does all that ha. Like, that shit's so played out, man. It doesn't work anymore unless you're actually giving him something to really respect in terms of punching power or even kicks. I think Henry Cejudo exposed him with that. He let the fight come to him. You saw that with Cody Garbrandt. He let the fight come to him instead of chasing him. When you chase him, Cruz looks brilliant because you're swinging, you're missing, you're trying to hit his head. I think you attack the legs, you chop him down, you make it a physical fight, and don't give him the chance to do Dance Revolution in there, and it could be a good night for you. So I think Casey Kenney, especially with those southpaw kicks, he's been crushing them on his past 2 opponents, which we saw after the Marab fight, and he's just looked like a brand new person. I think he gets it done. I think Casey Kenney.
I thought about this. I like Casey Kenney. I like the way he fights. He's a gritty dude. But somebody handpicked Casey Kenney for Dominick Cruz. You know what I mean? Do I think Casey Kenney is going to be able to deal with the footwork that Dominick Cruz has? No way. I mean, Casey Kenney is pretty flat-footed. He doesn't move that much. He definitely can't move like Dominick Cruz can. You know, I really think that this is kind of like a retirement fight for Dominick Cruz. He wants to go out with a W. And I think this is going to be his last fight, if I had to guess, just based on like how it worked out. You know, why isn't Dominick Cruz fighting someone at the top? You know what I mean? Because that's kind of where Dominick Cruz has always seen himself. You know what I mean? Like his last fight was for the title, and now he's going to fight someone that's not even ranked. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But yeah, I think Dominick's definitely going to be able to beat Dominick and beat
Dominick. Straight decision. He's not really known for like knockout power type thing. Casey is that dude. That boy has like heart. That man has heart, man. So it's one of those like he's gonna like grit and bite down. And it's like this very favor for more of Kenney to win this, but I want Dominick, so I'm going for Dominick right now. Like it's one of those things, and I end up fight both of them, so it doesn't really matter.
Dominick Cruz is tough because you never know which Dominick Cruz is going to show up. So I'm taking Casey Kenney. Casey Kenney, I think, is very underrated. So
I hate to do this because I love Dominick Cruz. I love his style. It's just the age catches up with everybody, and all the surgeries catch up with everybody. And I think Casey Kenney is an up and comer, and he's an output guy. I'm gonna go with Kenney. I think he's kind of got the total package. He's got a lot of output, and he's got a lot of power in his hands and feet. So I'm gonna take him.
You know what? I think Dom's so experienced. Casey's he's really good, man. And he's pretty impressive. I think that Dominick's footwork might trip him up a little bit. So I'm leaning Dom on split decision, but Kenny's no pushover. So I think that's a pick'em fight, though.
I don't know, man. So Dominick Cruz obviously always game, but Casey Kenney, he put on a good performance, especially against Nathaniel Wood, who I just fought, and I thought that was going to be a really exciting fight. It was, and he if he shows the same amount of tenacity and output that he showed in the Nathaniel Wood fight, I think he can take Dominick Cruz out.
Oh, man, Casey Kenney all day. Dominick Cruz is going to move around left and right, but Casey's on his way up himself. He's a tough fighter. He has arguably one of the best fights in 2020 against, who did he fight last? Nathaniel Wood. One of my favorite fights of 2020. No one's really talking about that fight. But Casey Kenney can go any which way, and you don't want to go to the ground with him because he's a savage on the ground as well. Dominick Cruz is a type of person that his style was great for when the era was, but I feel like now that MMA has evolutionized itself, that people are so used to his style and are going to be able to, hit him, and he's very hittable. As you watch whenever he fought Henry Cejudo, Henry ended up figuring out his style, found out where he was going to go, and once he connected, it was over.
Ooh, I'm always a Cruz fan. I think Dominick Cruz is going to take that one.
Ooh, man, it's hard to bet against Cruz. Cruz is one of the smartest and most technical fighters out there in the game, and he has such an awkward style. I'm taking Cruz by decision.
I mean, I don't know who wins, man, but I'm so tired of Dominick Cruz. Like, I don't want to hear him talk. I don't want to see him fight. I'm over him, especially after the whole last thing where he's talking shit about the ref. Like, man, I'm over that dude. So I hope old boy beats him.
That's a great one. Casey Kenney's been killing it. And I actually met Casey Kenney back in the day when we fought on the Contender Series together. He was super cool. Yeah, and you know, watching the way he's been killing it, especially after he had that tough fight with Merab. You know, Merab is a beast, and Merab, you know, did what Merab does, and then Casey Kenney came back and has been on a tear. So I think it'll be another passing of the guard right there with Casey Kenney. You know, definitely stepping up.
With that original flow, head kicks with the pros, picks up the fights or anything in the mix. Getting closer to the heart of the flame, bringing conversations with heavy hitting names. You feel the love of the game.